Hello everyone, and welcome back to part something of the prison tutorial. I've already lost track. Sorry for my awful upload schedule right now. It's finals, school, everything is very busy. Again, before we start, make sure that you've liked the video. These videos take a stupid amount of time to make. And also, huge shout out to all of the new channel members since the last video. You guys are super cool. I really appreciate all of you and enjoy access to the prison download, and thank you for helping support my channel. By the way, I've been replying to people on Twitter that have been adding me pictures of their prison progress. It's LordKanter YT if you want to post a picture. I'd love to see it, and I always reply. So thank you, and let's get started. Alright, so we are going to start with the lava tunnel, exactly where we left off from the last video. So we are going to start on this block right here, next to the polished in this room, and we're going to stack this a total of 35. So I'm going to stack 34. So from this obsidian right here to the very end one, that is a total of 35. And I'm going to do it on the other side as well. So hopefully you can see where I stacked those points. And now I'm going to go to the other end and I'm going to connect it. And that is the shape of the room that we have right here. Now, go to the middle block on the other end, and then go down 2 blocks like this, right? And now we're going to go out 2 on either side, and basically make a 5x5 ring around this. There you go. So hopefully you can see what I did there. We can get rid of this temporarily if we want. So we have a 5x5 ring, and there's a 1 block gap between that on this level right here. And this is the other side where the flying machine will stop. So we should be in line with that 3x3 on the other wall. All right, so from this point, we're going to actually add an extra row of 3 on either side, on the inside, and on the top, but not the bottom. And then we can add just 3 like that. Actually, we can add 1 here and here, break out this one, add 2 extras like that, and then 3, capping it off. Okay, so let's add an extra row on this side and on this side, like that. And then we can go out 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on this side 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go ahead and fill in a floor right here. It's a bit of a weird room, but it's okay. So just fill in your entire floor, and let's bring these side walls of 5 up 3 blocks tall in total, and on the other side like that. All right, now let's add a roof. So the room should be 3 blocks tall on the inside. Okay, so we should have this. So hopefully, in case you're a little lost, that row that we had, the 35th row that had this straight line, should be in line with this wall right here. On the left side, break out a spot in the middle, and there's going to be a door right here for the warden. And then right here, we can punch out a block here, put a piece of obsidian underneath it, and put your water down there. Over here, 1 block away, we're going to knock out a 2x2, and then build a 2x2 of polished blackstone on the floor, and then just build not polished obsidian all the way around it. This is where you get your fire res on the way back. If you want, we can go ahead and put in our sticky pistons back here, and the polished blackstone there. That's where the door will be, and we're not going to do obviously that hallway in this video. All right, so underneath here, we're going to replace the temporary block I did for the water. So we'll have a dispenser, and then we can build walls of obsidian next to it, and then down here. All right, I'm going to get out some orange glass right here, and we're going to put orange glass on this level right here. And now I'm going to extend this orange glass all the way down to the other end. So that far is how far you need to go. Actually, let's go like 2 blocks shorter than that. And that's about as far as we'll need to go. So there you go, you have your orange glass. And now let's take these obsidian walls and let's go down just to this level for now, where we had in the other video. So take the side walls all the way down to that level. And then on this side, we bring these walls down as well, and then leave just the few blocks we have sitting around here for the doorway. Okay, so we have this so far. And on this wall, that's how I filled it in. Also, I recommend not filling in the corner, just because we need to redstone in that corner for the pistons. And we're going to leave this room like that. So when we come back and do the redstone, we do the flying machine, we'll put in the lava, go a lot farther down. But for now, we're just going to leave this spot like that. All right, now in front of this room, let's go ahead and put some redstone lamps like that. And now on either side, we're going to add 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the other side, now in this corner block, we're going to stack up 18 on top of this. 1, 2, 3, and do that on the other side as well. So in total, from the ones that are actually visible on the ground, there should be a total of 21 if you want to count that. And then there's 18 blocks tall from the first one that's visible up. All right, now let's go ahead and fill in the walls 1 block behind that with obsidian. So we're going to fill it in back here, obviously leaving our doorway right there, and then stack it up to the same height over here. All right, that is all filled in with obsidian. Now let's go to the top corner, and up here, let's connect it with a row of redstone lamps like that. And now there's a little bit of a balcony on the top. So directly in the middle, 2 blocks away from the top, put a piece of polished right there, 1 on either side of it, and then get out polished blackstone stairs and wrap a trim around it for like a little balcony. We're gonna knock out this block right here and temporarily place it with polished blackstone because that's where the door goes. Right now on either side, we're gonna add 9 more lamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on this 9th one, go ahead and bring this all the way up 18 tall, and then connect it along the top. And then 1 block behind that, we can go ahead and fill in this entire wall with obsidian. And while we're at it, go ahead and do this on the other side as well. Okay, so we should have this right now. And now we can do a row of obsidian all around this. Actually, let's do 2 rows thick of obsidian all the way around the bottom. Okay, it looks like that. Now what we're gonna do, the wall on the front here is a little weird. So let's start from this side. What we need to do, we're gonna have 1 back like that, and then a diagonal forward, and then another forward diagonal like that. Let's do this on the other side as well. So starting back there, and then diagonal, diagonal again, and then this 3rd diagonal, we're actually gonna connect along the front. And now bring this wall archway sort of pattern all the way up to the total length. Okay, we've stacked that up a total of 17 times. And before I forget, when you're looking at this wall, turn to the right, and then on this block, the 1, 2, 3, the 4th one in from the right, we're gonna just knock this one out like that. All right, so now that we have that doorway in, let's do the stairs. I'm going to go ahead and do a row of obsidian on top of this right there. So we have our 2 blocks in on either side of obsidian, then we're going up by 1, and then just keep doing this, wrapping all the way until you make it to the top. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the stairs on top of all of these blocks. It's just a little easier this way. Okay, so you see I have this little pyramid that I built. Let's go ahead and do the stairs. So the very bottom row of stairs actually goes like 1 block farther back than the rest of the rows, if that makes sense. So go ahead and just wrap around all of these layers of stairs, and I'll be right back. And then for the very top row, just place one to the side, and then wrap it around and place it to the side so it goes into the wall. So we have this big thing of stairs right here. And now what we're gonna break out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and make these all stairs like that. And then we can break out the next 4 blocks on top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and break out like a big 4x7 on top of those stairs. So that is the doorway entrance. All right, let's go ahead and finish this room up. So we can go ahead and put a layer of obsidian and just cap this whole thing off with a roof. The obsidian should be on the same level as these lamps right here. Okay, there is all of our obsidian done. Now we're gonna get out polished blackstone brick walls, and let's do a row of walls on either side of these lamps in the corner. And then we'll also do a row next to either side of the lamps in the other corners, and do that on both sides all the way to the top. Okay, there's all of our walls filled in and all 4 corners up to the ceiling. And off camera, I went ahead and powered every single redstone lamp. So starting in the next room, we're going to do an outline around the entire room. So it should still be 4 blocks tall. It's now just 2 blocks thick right here. So then we're going to do an extra row down here in the floor level only. And we're going to add 3 on this side and only 2 on this side. So the room will have an even number now, and it's slightly lopsided to the left. Now we can extend this a total of 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go ahead and make this a big obsidian floor. And then while we're at it, let's go ahead and make the walls 3 blocks tall all the way around this room, and go ahead and fill in the corners as well, I guess. Okay, so we have a room that is like this, and just so you know, when you're looking at the staircase, there's 3 blocks on that side, and that wall is 4 blocks long. And now we can go ahead and put a ceiling on top of this, so the inside of the room should be 3 blocks tall everywhere inside. All right, now quick detail, we need to come back over here by the indent, and we need to knock out 2 extra rows, so like a 2x7 right there. Then we can go ahead and fill in with obsidian 1 row up. I don't know why, but it's just indented like that. Let's go ahead and start putting some of the details in here. So there's a redstone lamp in the corner of the indent that we just made on either side. Now, when you're going up the staircase and you're looking to the left, we're going to put a redstone lamp on the top and bottom corner right there, with a stone brick in the middle and a button on it, then a redstone lamp next to it for the keycard spot. And then we're going to skip a block and then do stone brick, stone brick, stone brick every other block. Put 2 levers and a button on the far end. Let's look to the other side. In the back left corner, we're going to put a black bed. Now let's go ahead and make the spot for the doorway here. So there should be 5 blocks on either side, and then the spot, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll knock out a 4 in the middle, and that should leave 5 on the other side as well. Let's knock out a 2x4 right there, and then knock out 3 blocks back into the floor, just like this, and we can go ahead and put obsidian down here, because it's going to be a wall anyway. anyways, right there and there. All right, so stone bricks, we're going to down one and put 4 stone bricks here, and then 4 stone bricks here. The other ones we're not going to put because that's part of the flying machine that goes across. All right, now continuing over here, we're going to put a redstone lamp in the bottom and top corner on the bed side as well, and then we're gonna go to the 4th block in, put stone brick, and then 1 block gap. Then we're gonna have a button and a lever on the left side one, and then let's go ahead and power all of the redstone lamps on the top, just a redstone block, and then on the bottom we only need to power the one on the bed side, because this one, that's actually the spot where you do throw the book, and that one is not powered. All right, so down here for the flying machine, we're gonna build 2 blocks lower of obsidian walls underneath the stone bricks that we placed, and then we can go 3 behind that, 3 behind that, and then again 3 behind that, 3 behind that, and let's go ahead and put 2 right here, and then we're gonna put 2 back here, and then do 2 dispensers facing backwards, and then let's go ahead and the row below that, build a floor that goes out there, and that is the spot where the flying machine will sit. All right, now be very careful with this. We're going to put a temporary block, so you don't have to use diamond, but I'm going to put temporary block right there, and we're going to do a total of 16 diamond blocks. So we already have 1, 16. So there's a gap of 16 between these, and then I'm going to put obsidian right here, and now I can go ahead and break all of these out. So they're like, basically there's 16 air blocks between that stone brick and this piece of obsidian. All right, now we can make this 6 blocks long, and it should be lined up with the middle of that. So I went and put 1 on that side and then 4 on the other side, and now we can make this 3 blocks deep in total. All right, so behind our 3x6 of obsidian, make sure again that is lined up between this, and 16 air blocks between the two. We're going to do a row of netherite blocks, and then we're going to do 7 rows of obsidian. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And now let's go ahead and build up our walls. The cell is really small, but we're gonna do walls that are 3 blocks tall on the back 3 walls, but we're gonna leave the front open, of course. All right, so for the roof, let's go to the far end over here, and we're gonna place 1 2 3 4 5 6. So these 6 we're gonna bring all the way across, and this is the roof level, so it's only 2 blocks tall here. And then for the rest of it, we can go ahead and bring it up so it's 3 blocks tall for the rest of the room. All right, I'm gonna quickly explain real quick that for this tutorial and when we do the redstone, I'm gonna have the netherite blocks being able to be raised up and down, and I'm not gonna do the extra protective wall. And at the very end of the tutorial, I'm going to give you the optional version that has the extra wall. So for now, we're not going to have that, but if you want that version, I'll show it at the end. So we're going to put a piece of glowstone on this side next to the netherite block, but not the other side, and the crying obsidian for the 3x7 that's over here, we're going to do 1 in the middle, diagonal, then 1 towards the front of us, in the middle, nothing, and then these back chews. So that's the crying. And then we're going to put 1 right there, diagonal to that, and then we're going to put 2 in the ceiling like this with 1 block away from everything, a gap of 1, and then the same thing with 1 more next to it to make a little L shape, and then 1 diagonal to that. We're going to do 2 down here, and then 1 diagonal to that, skip 1, 1 right there, then skip 1 and put 1 down there, skip 1 and put 1 right there. We're going to knock out, replace these 2, put 1 there, and then diagonal to that, diagonal, diagonal. We're gonna knock out this one, and we're actually gonna have to go down an extra block because this is where the water goes. 2 next to that, and that's everything on the floor. We are going to go to the side that doesn't have the water, and where we had this one on the floor, go to the middle block of the wall right there, and then over here where we had regular obsidian, put 1 in the middle of the wall, and then up diagonal to that. Okay, that's all that's on these 2 walls. Over here, go to the second block in and put 2 next to each other, 1 diagonal on the floor, and then 1 diagonal to that spot. So sorry if that was confusing and I'm bad at explaining, but it's pretty random. Hopefully you can see everything that we did over here and on the roof. So looking at the room, we're going to go 2 like that, and 1 diagonal on either side of it, and 1 diagonal on the next row, and then 2 more diagonal to that, and then diagonal from this one, we're gonna put 2 next to each other and 1 behind it, and then 1 diagonal right there. And that is everything on the roof. That's all of our crying obsidian done. We can knock out this one. We're gonna have an obsidian tunnel that goes up for the death, like the bed and all the food system. So while I'm here, let's go ahead and put our water in right there, and we can put glowstone in this top corner. All right, for the decorations, there's a chest in the corner under the glowstone, lectern, cauldron, fill it with water, and if you want the bell, you don't have to, but it goes right there. Optional though, you don't have to put the bell if you don't want. All right, so to do everything up here, I went ahead and broke out those extra blocks I placed. So above the water, on top of the ceiling level, we're gonna add 9 extra blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's do that all the way around this thing. All right, so when you're looking at it and you're looking towards the back wall of the prison, add an extra piece of obsidian and a dispenser facing this direction, and then we're going to do a dispenser on the top, and then on this side and this side we can go ahead and fill it all the way up with obsidian, and on the last remaining side we're going to put a pressure plate here, and then we're going to do an obsidian block behind it with a sticky piston, 2 pieces of obsidian there, and we'll put there in a second, but first let's go ahead and put our bed, which should go right there diagonal to our pressure plate, and then we just need to block it all off, obstruct the bed so you can't go anywhere else, and I'll explain like how this whole system works later on, but for now we're not going to worry about it. And let's put an extra block up here, and we're not going to worry about any of the stuff up here today, but there you go, it's up there, and that is the main cell, pretty much all done. I guess last little detail, we can go ahead and put our sticky pistons underneath all of this, because I don't know, we've just been doing it the whole time. Okay, so to make this look a lot better, we are going to fill in the corners down here, and then let's go ahead and add 2 extra blocks underneath this whole thing and just fill it in with a wall, and then we're going to add 3 extra blocks on either side of it up to this length, do it on the other side. Okay, so it looks like this, and now on top of that we're going to add 15 more. 1, 15. There we go, that is 15, and let's make this a big obsidian wall. Okay, so that is our front wall of the prison, and we can also go ahead and knock out 2 and then 1 on this corner and on that corner. All right, now moving along, we're gonna do the left side, and you can mirror it to the other side, it'll be the same thing. So down here, let's go, oh, this is already 1, and we're gonna go a total of 14, so 2, 3, 4, 14, and then we're gonna turn this direction, diagonal, and we're gonna go 12, 2, 12, and then diagonal from there, we're gonna drag it all the way back until we're in line with the original wall we placed, which is right here, and then draw a line going back, front, and just go against that stone brick. So that is the outline of this room on this side. So let's bring all of these walls up to that total length up there. Okay, we have all of the walls up to the same height up here, and I went ahead and did it on the other side as well. Alright, so on the main cell area, let's go ahead and add an extra row that is 1 block shorter on this side, like that, and then again that is another 1 block shorter, and we can add 1 diagonal block in the corner, like that. Let's do that on the other side as well. And now the rest of the walls, let's go ahead and bring down an extra 3 blocks in total, and on the back, let's just bring a row down here, and break this 3 blocks lower, so bring everything 3 blocks lower over to there. Right, there we go, all of these are 1 block lower, and I made this wall in the back continue, and we're gonna leave it like that for now. Let's go ahead and put our dispensers. So this is gonna be kind of a lot. We're gonna have dispensers facing upward, like downward actually, facing down into the room, and fill in the entire sort of U shape right here with upside down dispensers, and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go, we have all of our dispensers in place. So they are all looking down like this, and these will all dispense lava. Okay, so there's like, it slopes down towards the center, and then we're gonna put lava, and just for this video we're not gonna put the lava in because it'll make a mess, and we're gonna have to do redstone eventually, and it just might make it a lot worse. So on the left and right side we're going to add 4 in total, and then we're gonna go down 4, and then down again 4, and I'm going to stack this all the way to the other end. So I brought it to the other end, and then bring the wall down to our slope section that we've made, and let's do this on the other side. Okay, so I went ahead and filled in that back wall there, and so what we need to do now is go 1 block lower, and this is the absolute lowest level, and I'm just going to fill all of this in. So there we go, you should have this right here, so we have 4, 4, 4 on either side, and then it goes down there, and the back wall is filled in all the way, and we're gonna leave we're gonna leave like a gap right here on purpose. When we do all the redstone, it'll make it easier to touch. Alright, so now in the front we're gonna do the exact same thing. So I'm actually going to go, but on the front it's a little different. We're actually gonna go 5 like that, and then we're gonna do our rows of 4 going all the way down, and hopefully this makes sense to you, and then 4 more like that, and that final 4 should also be in line with the room. So the absolute lowest level should be in line with our walls, It sort of just works out that way. All right, next up, we're going to go build the sanctuary. So we need to get back into this room, and we're going to do this doorway. Actually, I guess it's not the courtyard, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we had these 3 blocks down here, which have sticky pistons under them, and this will be a total of 13. So we need to add 12 extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and make this 3 blocks wide. And then after that, we will have a row of obsidian right here. Now let's go ahead and actually replace that last row with redstone lamps, and then skip 4, and then do 3 redstone lamps. So on the other side you should have 5, and on that side you have 4. Let's go ahead and power these quickly. And for the hallway, the walls, we're going to do the bottom row with obsidian all the way to this end as well. And then the second row up will be polished like that, and the entire roof will also be polished. There we go. So the hallway looks like that, and actually at the very last one we can replace these with polished as well. All right, so after the hallway, we're going to go I'm going to make an outline basically. So I'm going to go 1 extra over here, and then we're going to go 2 over, 2 over, 1 diagonal, and then 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just make a giant circle all the way around, continuing that pattern. And then we're going to raise all of these walls up. All right, so here's our outline down here. So that wall should be 7, and then you have 2, 2, 1 diagonal, and then 2, 2, 7, and that circle looks like that. All right, so this is our first block right here, and we're going to go up a total of 32. So we already have 1. Okay, so these walls are now a total of 31 blocks tall, and while we're at it, we're going to add an extra row going down onto the actual floor level, and then 1 block below the floor level, go ahead and do a full row of obsidian, so like an entire floor of obsidian, and I'll see when I have that done. Okay, there we go. This is our floor, so it's actually 1 block lower than the actual hallway down here, because we're going to put a bunch of grass on top of this in a second. But there we go, you have that. This is now, I guess technically if you count that very bottom one to the top, it is now 34 blocks tall in total. And now 1 block on top of this, we are going to cap this whole thing off with polished blackstone and make a full roof. Okay, we've capped this off with obsidian. Now there's some redstone lamps in the ceiling, so go to, like, we have the walls of 7, go to that first the 2 section and count to the 5th block in and make a 2x2 right there. So it should look like this, and then do that in all 4 corners and go ahead and power them. Okay, we have our lights. Now there is a guard sort of like lookout spot, so on the same wall that has our tunnel entrance, let's go to the top, and we're gonna leave a gap of 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then place a blackstone. So there's 9 in between that, and then I'm going to do a 2x3 out like this, and then polish slabs, do in a row like that around them without the corners. Now we're gonna leave a gap of 2 and actually knock out a 2x3 right there, and then do the same thing, but like sort of upside down like that on the bottom, and that is the lookout point for that. So now let's go ahead and do all of the grass down here and the water. So for this, I'm actually going to build it out of diamond to make it a little easier to see all the terrain if you want it to be very accurate, but you build out of grass. Okay, so I went ahead and laid out the river pattern in diamond blocks, but you go ahead and build it out of grass blocks. I just made it out of diamond, so it's like easier for you to see. But you have the hallway back there, so I'm going to let you go ahead and copy this pattern onto the floor, and it just shouldn't be that hard, and hopefully with the diamond blocks you can count everything very easily. So go ahead and pause that and lay that out. Also went ahead and made these dark oak planks because that's where the bridge starts, and it just makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and, so obviously yours is made out of grass, mine is not, but once you've made it out of grass, we're going to fill in this side all with grass, and then fill in that other side with grass as well. Okay, so it should look like this now once it's all filled in, and now we're going to go ahead and start building up some of the terrain in the corners. So when we're looking over at this corner right here, we're going to build up 3, then 2 over, 1 back, 2 back diagonal, 1 diagonal, and then 2 over, and then against the wall, and we can go ahead and fill in behind here. Next row, we're going to do 2, 1 back, 1 over, another 1 back, diagonal, diagonal, and then 2 over, and 1 back, and fill in everything back here. All right, next row, we're going to put 1 here, 2 over, diagonal, 1 back here, 1 back there, 1 in front of it like that, and then 1 back and 1 over. Actually, sorry, break this one out. We don't even need that one there. The water will go there. Next row up, last row, we're going to do 2 over here, 1 back, 2 more over, and 1 back like that. All right, on the other corner over here, we're going to start back here, and we're going to place 3 and 2 in front of that, and 1 over, then 2 diagonal next to that, and 2 more next to that, fill in back here. All right, next row, we're going to go 2 over, 1 behind it, then diagonal 1, and then diagonal 2, and diagonal 1 again. Fill in back here, and the top row, 1 right there, 2 diagonal, and 1 more, like that. Last hill goes over here to the right of the hallway. So down here, we're going to place 2, and 2 over, and then 3 right there, and 1 more over. Then up here, we're going to do 2, 1 in front of that, 1 over, and 1 over. And now to start filling in the water, we can put water right there, and we can also put 1 piece of water back in that corner. And from these 2 points over, let's go ahead and make all of these source blocks. Alright, the water's sort of flowing in all random directions for the most part, so over here we can put 1 water bucket right there. And let's see, we can put 1 right here. Just want to like look at where I'm placing these. We can also put 1 right here in that low point. We can put 1 here. We can put another 1 there. We can put 1 more right here. And the last one right there. There we go. And that is the exact flowing pattern of the water, I'm pretty sure. Yep, looks good to me. All right, let's go ahead and get some fences in here. So there's a fence, 1 fence post, no, actually 2 of them right there with a lantern on top of it. Then over here on this mound, we can do a fence and a lantern right there. And then right in this spot, we can build up 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 over with a chain and a lantern. All right, to the right of that in the middle, we're gonna go to the second block in, place a fence with a lantern on top of it. Okay, on this very small mound over here in the middle, let's go ahead and build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 on either side of it. And then on the right side, we'll do a chain and a lantern. On the left side, we're actually going to do 2 chains, and a lantern. All right, and back here where the bridge is going to be, in between the diagonal spot, we're going to go right here and build up 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total, and then 2 on either side of it. And on the right side, do a lantern, and the left side, do 1 chain and a lantern. Okay, and on top of the tallest mound over here, on this spot, we're going to build up 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Build out 2 on either side again. On the right side, we'll do 2 chains and a lantern. On the left side, we'll do 1 chain and a lantern. Okay, I went ahead and put in the random little path on the floor because this is pretty weird to explain. So I can just pause that and copy that real quick. It is very easy, not that hard to copy. This is right by the front door, and make sure this is a slab, mossy cobblestone slab, and this is a mossy stone brick slab. Okay, and on the other side of the bridge, it looks like this. Not that complicated, just pause it, take your time with it if you need to. Alright, so let's go ahead and build our bridge, which is a little complicated, but not that hard. So I'm going to start in this spot right here with a stone brick, another stone brick diagonal to it, and a mossy stone brick slab on top of it. Again, diagonal to that, a stone brick 1 block up now, a mossy stone brick on top of that with a lantern on top of it. Alright, now let's do another stone brick diagonal, but 1 block lower with a cobblestone slab on top of it, a mossy stone brick block, and then a mossy stone brick slab next to that. So that is one side. Alright, the other side of this thing, we're going to start right on top of this chorus dirt with a mossy stone brick slab, mossy stone brick block with a mossy cobblestone slab on top of it, 2 regular stone bricks stacked on top of each other, then diagonal 1 block up, stone brick with a lantern on top of it, mossy stone brick next to it, and then 1 block lower, a stone brick with a mossy stone brick slab on top of it, and a stone brick right there. Those are the 2 walls. Let's get our dark oak slabs. All right, I get out some dark oak slabs. I'm going to start on this side, and I'm going to put 3 dark oak slabs diagonal next to each other like that, and then I'm going to stack across like that, and then on the next row up, I'm going to build across 3, 1 over, and 1 to the side, and then 1 right there. All right, then on the other side, let's start from the bottom again. Let's go down here, 1 over, 1 in front of us, 1 over, and then 1 back again, and make that same shape, 1 block up, filling in the remaining space. Next, there's a lilac right there next to this piece of cobblestone. There is a red flower here, and 1 more right there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and place in all of our grass and all of the tall grass in all of the accurate spots, and then I'm going to come back and show you. So if you want it to be super accurate, you can, or if you just want to place them all random, you can as well. Okay, I went ahead and placed in all of our grass and tall grass, so I'll quickly fly around if you want to see it. So we have 3 regular grass in this corner, and then by our flower, there's some tall grass right there, and some regular grass. Here's what it looks like on this hill if you want it, and over here on top of this hill, some right there, and 2 pieces down there. So if you just want to pause it and put them, or if you want to put it all over the place, there you go, there's some on that. And that is the sanctuary all done. 100% accurate, of course. And we are done with this room. All right, next up, let's go back over here. And I want to go ahead and just put a roof on top of this, leaving a 1 block gap between this and the orange glass we did. Again, we're not going to put all of the lava today because that will make a big mess when we're doing the flying machines and stuff. So on the front here, let's go ahead and like build an extra row here, and we can just fill in this one extra wall. It doesn't really need to be there. I mean, you're not going to be able to see it anyways because the lava is going to be blocking all of this. Let's do like 20 blocks for now. So I'm going to just stack this whole thing 20 blocks down, and that's good enough for now. It will go even lower than that eventually, but we'll worry about that when we do all the lava and stuff. Okay, we're going to go back to this room, and we're going to start the guard tunnels. Also, this looks so weird without the lava. Anyways, we're going to go to this corner over here. Let's knock out this one, and then we can do 2x2 of sticky pistons over here. 2 more like that, and then that. Alright, so starting right here, we're going to place 9 obsidian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then we're going to go to this spot right here, and we're going to build that way a total of 24. So this is 1, and then we're doing a total of 24. Okay, and then we're going to make this 2 blocks thick, so add an extra row behind it. Okay, then behind this, we're going to build a little 2x3 wall. This room is only 2 blocks tall, by the way. Then we're going to actually go back for a 2x2 like that, and then we're going to come forward again, and then we're going to drag this wall all the way down with obsidian. All right, quickly before let's go ahead and put a chest here, 2 chests here, a lever, flick it down, and then we're going to put a pressure plate right there. Okay, the other side of the wall, starting right here, let's build out 4, and then again 4, and now we can place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So let's skip 2, build up 2, skip 2, and then build up 2 again. Okay, and then we can build 1 in front of that, and then we can take this all the way down to the same length. Okay, now what we can do, let's go ahead and just smack a roof on top of this entire thing, all with obsidian, and then we'll add in the lights after that. Okay, let's put some lights in here. So let's do 1. Actually, let's just not flick lever. We'll do 1 on top of this and make a 2x2 next to it, and then let's skip 2, do 2, skip 2, make a 2x2, skip 2, then do 1, skip 2, do 1, and that is it. So that's what the lighting looks like over here. Okay, so there are 2 hallways that go right next to each other. So we're gonna do the left hallway first. We are going to just bring this whole hallway like this length right here, and just take it all the way until you hit this wall. Just go all the way until we hit this wall. All right, so I went ahead, I brought this all the way down. I actually stopped it in line with the doorway, so if you want, you can just break out the extra 2 rows that you placed. Now we are going to connect it to our doorway. This is where it's going to turn, and then 1 more row next to it. This is already our side wall, and then we can do blocks right there, and then just sort of finish off the hallway, and then everything on top of that. I like that. Super easy hallway, just turns and goes right here into that. Shouldn't be too confusing. We're going to put a pressure plate in the corner like that, and then 1 block away, do a stone button. That's for the fire res. This is for the door. We have some lights to put in here, so in the row with the button, put 1 redstone lamp right there. All right, so now back at the beginning of the hallway, in line with the very first row of this hallway, do 2 redstone lamps like that, and then we're going to skip 4, and we are going to do this over and over and over. So leave a gap of 4, place 2, gap of 4, place 2, all the way down until you get to the end. And the last one should end right there. So you should have, let's see, yeah, 4 blocks until you hit that wall, and it should just end perfectly like that. All right, now this other hallway is going to go down to this doorway by the staircase room. So let's go ahead and put sticky pistons back here and our polished to help get us prepared. And then we'll do 2 obsidian in front of that, and the pressure plate will go right there. Okay, so let's go all the way down to the beginning, and we're going to bring this hallway, sort of the rest of this, all the way down as well to the other end. Okay, so I brought it down in line with the pressure plate here, and it would basically 3 blocks in front of the pressure plate, place onto the side. So you'll see there's 1, 2, 3 right here, and then to the side. And then the wall, actually, we're just going to bring this all the way down to the polished and do the roof. All right, so we're gonna have to knock out these 2 redstone blocks to finish off the wall, and then we need to get a little bit creative. I think if we put a lever here, that will power that one, and then the one down here, we just put a lever down there and that'll power it. Okay, next up, we're going to go over here and place more redstone lamps in the exact same spots as they were in the other wall, and while you're at it, go ahead and put redstone blocks on top of all of these lamps. Alright, just because we can, go to that pressure plate we put down here. Go ahead and put a block underneath it, and a block next to it. We'll put the redstone dust, repeater, set it to 2 ticks. I still don't remember. Then we're going to put a torch, one next to it, one up here, so it powers that. And then that, another torch, little torch tower. Go over and then down into our little piston down here. That should power it, and the little delay just helps make the door take a little extra longer so you can walk through easy. There we go. Alright, next up, go to the spiral staircase room on the upper level, and we're going to go ahead and start this hallway. I doubt we're going to get all of the guard tunnels done. This video is already getting probably pretty long, so we'll just keep going, and I don't know, I'll stop eventually. So over here, we're going to add a 2x2 on either side of this and on the top, and then we can do, not a sign, a shroom light, obsidian, and another shroom light, like that. And then we can do obsidian down here and here, and then we'll do polished, and then obsidian again. Let's go ahead and bring our walls down either side. Let's do a row of stairs, blocks, and then stairs, right side upstairs again. And then let's build a floor of polished, and you'll notice the hallway floor will literally also be the top of this room, which is convenient. So let's go ahead and just like connect it, I guess. And this pattern is going to continue all the way down. You'll have obsidian, polished, obsidian, and on this wall as well. Okay, let's get some buttons for the doors in here. There's one down there, and on the right side there's one right here. Okay, the entire roof of this is just obsidian. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to, this being the first block down here, and we need 20 polished in total. So I'm going to stack this 19, so that is a total of 20 from this one to that first one down there. And then it's going to switch to obsidian. So let's go ahead and bring the wall pattern all the way to the very end there. Okay, so I stopped it here, and the one extra obsidian row we did. So we need to actually add 4 more rows of obsidian. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be a 5x3 in total. Now let's add the wall 1 extra block farther. Well, actually, on this side we can go all the way. And yep, that looks good. And then let's go ahead and turn this wall here, and we're going to turn for a total of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continuing the same wall pattern. And then let's go ahead and bring the obsidian all the way down here. It's just a long winding hallway. And we'll stop 1 extra block ahead of this. And then the other walls we can wrap around like that. And if this doesn't make sense, I'll show you an aerial view in a second. Let's do that, and then let's go ahead and make the entire roof out of obsidian as well, and we'll add shroom lights in the roof in a second. Okay, so we had this hallway, right, and this was 20 long down here. Then do a 3x5 obsidian, and then this wall turns right here 2 blocks into that obsidian, and then we have 6 long over here, and then 4 long over here, and the hallway goes from 3 blocks wide to 1 block wide right here. So we can put a shroom light up there, 1 right there, 1 in that corner. Let's do 1 in the corner here, and then do like this in the corner of the room right there. And now going down this way, we're gonna skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do 1, and then skip 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and do another 1. That's all the shroom lights in the ceiling in here. Okay, so this 1 block hallway that goes right here, this is actually gonna be polished in the floor, and we need to go across a total of 23 polished in the floor. So if I stack it 22, that gives me a total of 23. And the hallway down here, we're gonna have obsidian on the bottom block, then polished, and then the roof will be obsidian. So extend this hallway all the way to the end. Okay, so I extended that hallway all the way down. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to replace the last 4 obsidian with polished as well. So it should look like that. And then we are going to skip 1 row and then knock out a 2x2, and we should be perfectly in line with that hallway that we stopped right there, which is perfect. If it's not in line, might want to double check your measurements to make sure it is perfectly in line. Above here, we can actually replace this with 2 shroom lights, and then we can add obsidian down here, and then a 2x3 of obsidian here, and this is going to go straight down into that room in a second, but we'll come back to that. And then we're going to leave 1, 2 obsidian, and then replace that one, and then the next one we are going to make a redstone lamp, and then get rid of that last one. Good, let's go ahead and add an extra one to put a stair, and then another stair. It goes up by 2 layers. We can fill in our sides right here, so this will go into the next room. Actually, before we do that, there's shroom lights in the ceiling here too. So we have this one right here, and we're gonna leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the 8th one, place 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so should be perfectly in between those two. Okay, so over here, let's go and build a 2x2 on either side of this, and then we're gonna build obsidian down here, and let's bring this all the way down until we hit the other hallway. We should land on that last block of the hallway. Okay, that is perfect. Means we're doing everything right. And let's go ahead and bring these 2 blocks down as well. And actually, let's just make a 2x2 tunnel on the inside all the way down like that. And then we can actually bring this floor down an extra block, because there's going to be soul sand for an elevator in a second. So hopefully, yeah, if this doesn't make sense, I'll show you what I'm doing in a second. But I'm going to bring all these walls up. Okay, so basically right here we have a 2x2 hole that drops all the way down to 1 block lower than this hallway, which is good. So I'm going to replace these 2 near the top with redstone lamps. And now what we can do, we need to put signs, just regular oak signs that are blank, all the way down to stop the water from flowing everywhere. There we go, that's on either side, and I stopped it right here at the floor level of that hallway. We can put 2 soul sand here, fill that in with water, and then let's put 2 water there, and then we have kelp, and we need to make bubble elevators on both of these spots. Okay, so both of those are now bubble elevators. Now there are 2 signs at the top that look like this. They're exactly the same, capital V all the way across, and then below main cell and barrier room access, all caps on both of those signs. I'm gonna go to the other side, and what we need to do all the way down, skip 2 blocks, place 2, skip 2 blocks, place 2, skip 2, place 2, skip 2, place 2, and then 2 more right there, as low as we can go. Put redstone lamps behind all of these, and there we go, that is that all connected. Starting the next room, on top of these stairs, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then to either side, we'll add 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we're going to go back in line with that redstone lamp we placed. Actually, go 2 blocks past that. Alright, and go on this side, and then I'm going to fill in this entire shape with polished blackstone, and then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we had this 1 redstone lamp in the middle, so I'm gonna make this 3 blocks tall, and then place polished on either side. So let's do the left side first. So we're gonna do 3, and then make like a doorway spot 1 block back, and then come forward again, and make that, and then go back again, make another doorway, and then the wall goes on this block all the way back here, and it's 3 blocks tall in here, and we can go along this wall as well, and then right in the center block there will also be a 1 block doorway. So let me fill in this wall, and then do this on the opposite side of the room. Okay, so to make this easier, the first block past the staircase, let's go underneath this, and then we're just gonna do like a row underneath, and it'll make sense in a second. So just place it over there. So let's get out some chests and inner chests. Let's go to the block in front of the stairs again. Let's go 1 block over, and then the next block, knock out 3, and do an inner chest and 2 regular chests next to it. Skip 3, and do that again, and it should be at the edge of the wall. Looks like I actually need to add an extra block here, and do that on the other side as well. Okay, so on all 4 of these spots, we're going to place a chest right here, a hopper going into that, a chest on top of that, and then a hopper on top, standing on top of that, and then an armor stand on the right side for all 4 of them. They'll be on the right side. So do that on all the spots. Okay, so we have this. Let's go ahead and put an inner chest in these 2 back corners right here, and then we also need to get out a stone button, and there's a secret stone button right there, and another stone button here, which will TP the warden to different places in the prison. So let's also go ahead and put a Blackstone roof on top of this entire thing. Alright, I went ahead and put some levers behind this to power that. I also went ahead and put up all the signs. So on top of all the doors, put guard stasis chamber on all 4 of them. It look just like this. And then on top of the top hoppers, we're going to put guard items like that on the top sign. And above the staircase, we have vault door like that. I'm also going to put doors, the hinges face on that side on all 4 of the doors. Also, sorry, small correction on that very last one. It actually goes on the left side, but the other 3 go on the right side. Okay, so we are going to build what's behind all of these doors. I'm going to build it once, and it's behind all 4 of the doors. So behind the door, we're going to place a piece of soul sand, and then on top of the door, we want a total of 3 polished, and then a piece of packed ice. And then let's go ahead and bring the tunnel all the way up on every side to that same height. But on the packed ice, the left and right side, we actually are going to use walls so that the infinite water source still works. So put blocks like that. So we actually want a total of 3 packed ice, and then it's going to go down into this spot, and if we break this one out, we should be on top of our hopper, which is perfect. Okay, so let's put a row here and here, and now we can put a piece of obsidian there, and there. We also want a piece of packed ice down there, and we can continue this wall, bring that all the way up, do one more right there, 2 redstone lamps with blocks on top of them. Okay, then we can do a piece of polished, and then a piece of obsidian, and then we want our slime block right here with a sticky piston behind it. Let's go ahead and cover that up, and then there's also going to be a sticky piston behind that packed ice like that. So we need to build this on all of these spots, and while you're at it, before you go ahead and build all of those, go ahead and get your rail out, and then we need to get hopper minecarts. So let's go down here. Might have to break this out temporarily. So go ahead and put that, and then go ahead and put like, I think 30 minecarts work. I am on a server that has the entity cramming stuff turned off, so it's not going to work for me. But if you're on single player, or even if you're on a server, it should work just fine for you. Okay, so that is good. So I have all of my minecarts in there. So go ahead and build that on every single spot, and I'll be right back. Okay, that is looking good. I copied that onto all of our spots over here, added the minecarts. Make sure you get rid of the rail under the minecarts after you do it. So on the far right one, this is the custom one that Sam uses. So let's go up to the top, and over here, let's go ahead and break out these 2, and then we're going to add a tunnel going down below, add an extra block there, and break out a hole, and we can put a trap door right there, which will flap up like that. Let's break out a 2x2 here, and we want a 2x2 of barrels that goes like that. Alright, very last thing we're going to do for this video, go into every single tunnel, place water right here and on either of these sides, and then go ahead and waterlog all of these to have a bubble elevator. And so when this ice gets pushed forward and back out, you'll still have water here. That's why the walls are there. So go ahead and do that in all 4 tunnels. Okay, I went ahead and filled in all of those tunnels. They're all waterlogged, and make sure you put your waterlogging the walls. And sadly, that is where we're going to leave off this video. Thank you to all of the new channel members, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, make sure to like the video. Bye!